So in the demonic hordes, we have two greater demons, a wizard with the scroll of dispelling, a unit of demon swarms, backed up with 3 units of demon hordes, demon swarms with demonic beasts, general who is also a wizard and has favour of the gods, and a demonic swarm with 3 demonic hordes, another demonic sorcerer with the rod of repetition, and finally another unit of demon swarms with a unit of demon beasts. Small but mighty.
2 units of knights with a hero to command them, hopefully. We've got block 2 units of halberdiers flanked with handguns. And we've got some crossbows on their own, some crossbows attached to the artillery train, 2 cannons and a hellblaster there. Some pistoliers, 2 units of pistoliers. Another big block of infantry, flagellants this time, backed up with halberdiers. And then 2 units of crossbows with a hero on a flappy beast behind them. And finally, 3 units of Knights of the White Wolf at the back there. I missed out on the way past. Wizard over there, and the general over there. Turn 1, the small cavalry brigade pushed up on the flank here, with the hero finally not disgracing himself in a battle and actually getting things going. We've squatted a pretty large brigade on top of one of the objectives here. We'll start scoring in turn 3. The artillery train at the back shuffled across a bit. We've got a sort of forlorn hope of crossbowmen coming up here to just be in the ruins. Pistoliers pushing out here. The other big brigade of cavalry slowly making its way around that flank. With some infantry really rather holding it back there.
So the swarms and beasts just advanced up nice and happily into the field. The large contingent of the swarm and the hordes have just moved up in a supporting flanking position. The beasts failed their order and stumbled forward. The 2 great demons failed their order, so he moved 10 centimetres forwards. And then the other large unit of hordes and a swarm had 2 orders pushing them through into the woods. And then the characters have just pushed forward, tried to do a sorcerer's blast against the pistoliers and failed. And this one tried to do a sorcerer's blast against the knights and failed.
So, turn 2. The cavalry held where they were, not really wanting to charge demons behind a fence. Likewise, I held where I was here, sitting on top of the objective. Over here, though, the left flank has swung round in quite dramatic fashion. One of the units of pistoliers razzed forward and made the wizard bounce back and join a unit here. The other unit of pistoliers unfortunately blundered and is now at -1 command for the rest of the game, which we'll probably forget until a significant moment. Then the wizard cast a weird enchantment on the swarm at the front here, reducing them to half pace, which will be annoying, if nothing else. And then the cannons opened up, and no casualties, but they've caused a bit of confusion. The demons here scratching their heads and not going anywhere next turn.
So a disastrous start on this side of the battlefield. After Tom decided to run over my poor little wizard and send him flying back into my own units, it meant that my little home back with my flyers could not be pulled off this turn. So they also failed their order. So he went another 10 centimetres, the world's fastest flyers. These guys moved up. And the swarms are now acting as a bit of a screen for all the shooting that's about to be coming my way. These guys were forgotten about, but
they were confused mostly.
Yeah, these two back units were confused, so it's not a big issue. But over on this side, we had success where a double order of the swarms and the beasts managed to get the beasts up in contact and in combat. My general joined them, wiped out a whole unit of knights and part of a unit of the other knights, and re-engaged with 2 wounds taken, and the 2 remaining units of knights are on 4 wounds each. And the swarms have just advanced up into a nice little defended position.
So the round here for the Empire, not gone well over on this flank where the general and his slug allies have munched the units and knights. Elsewhere, however, over here in the centre, we've mainly hung back, done a bit of shooting. A little slightly cheesy manoeuvre there to put the crossbowmen in a really weird place, but that was to block the line of sight of the cannons so they could get a good shot at the demon, which they did, driving him back over here away from his buddy. You'll notice his buddy isn't there. That's because I managed to pull off a lengthy charge right around the flank and slam a unit of white wolves into the flank of him, who rolled well, and unfortunately the demon rolled badly on his saves and badly on his attacks back, and as a result he was wiped out. So that's where we leave it at this phase. In balance, going well for the demons on the right, Empire up in backfield.
So the beasts passed the first order, failed the second order to try and get into the flank of the white wolves. The greater demon charged on initiative into them as a bit of a Hail Mary. They failed their order to look to turn around, and they didn't receive an order. Little bit of success this side. The demonic beasts passed 2 orders to get into the flank of the crossbowmen, and the Nurglings initiative charged the front, won the combat, and then they've pursued through a unit of halberdiers, and they're now devouring a second unit of halberdiers currently. So small victories on the right side, but the left not going so well.
So that was end of turn 4 for the Empire. We're still holding objective over here. Over here, the Knights of the White Wolf have wiped out the other greater demon and then pulled back. Over here, some crossbowmen killed a unit of the beasts, the nurgling things, swarms, that's the word, and then ran away into safety there, but I'm not sure how safe they are. Over here, the filthy beasts of chaos did their filthy business and munched a whole load of stuff. Yeah, and that's where we end up at the end of my turn 4.
So this unit was brigade ordered over. The Nurglings initiative charged the crossbowmen
And wiped them out.
And on this one, they just moved over to claim the objective.
Yep.
This failed their order and just bimbled forward 10 centimetres onto the objective. And over here, the crossbowman stand got wiped out within that combat, and the beasts moved over to claim the objective there.
And all of which means at the end of that you get 2 for the objective in my half of the board, and another 2 for the 2 other objectives in your half of the board, giving you 4, which means it's 4-3 on victory points. So the game goes to the Chaos Demons.